Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I am going to be giving away 2 free readings as soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers. I'm very close. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure that you are subscribed and you leave a comment. Thank you to everybody who's booking with me. If you do want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. And to everybody who's been sharing, liking, subscribing, it all matters, and I'm very grateful. So, my gorgeous darlings, how are they feeling about you right now? Already messing up my words. So, it's time for pile number 1. How are they feeling about you right now? How are they feeling about you, pile number 1? How are they feeling about you? Should I take that one? It's the Hierophant, but I felt like I shouldn't take it. I'll put it aside. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? We've got Wands, Wands, and Wands. Okay. 9 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. One of 2 things. This person may feel like you have had enough and are kind of emotionally walking away. This person could be in their feelings about it. And it could be because you're definitely focusing on what, what do you want in a future relationship, something like that. For others of you, like this person might very well be defensive and distant. Page of Cups is here, so either somebody might really be in their emotions, but not in a way where their emotions are controlling them rather than they're controlling their emotions. But yeah, there's something significant happening here. You got the Page of Cups, clarity on the 5 of Swords. So somebody was not fair. Whether it's this person or whether it's maybe we all are human. You might have done something that, there wasn't a way to win. And again, we shouldn't be in a win-loss position when we're dealing with loved ones. So there could have been either somebody was not fair and it's got somebody else deep in their emotions. Clarity on the 8 of Cups, so there is some kind of walking away. We have 7 of Wands that's come out. I feel like that has created some kind of barrier, and that is causing somebody to walk away emotionally. Clarity on the 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Because there is somebody in this situation that wants to have some kind of success, that does not want to be in a no-win situation. Unfortunately, with the 5 of Swords, even the person who's enacting the 5 of Swords doesn't win. Nobody does. We have the 9 of Wands, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. So, I'm getting like somebody is becoming single, really single. And somebody is walking away from something. Yeah. So it could be you becoming really single and really walking away from something because you want to have some kind of success in your future. And you don't feel like you were treated fairly. Some of you, like, maybe have dealt with some self-sabotage, and that might have affected how things happen. So let's actually go into this Five of Swords. We have the Magician. The Magician is having all the tools necessary to make what you want to happen. This isn't all the tools necessary to change another person. That's not the same thing. Because you have free will, other people have free will, and even if there is some kind of love coming to you, you can't necessarily make somebody be a different person. But I do get, like, all the tools necessary. With Five of Swords and the Magician, there could have been some possible manipulation here. But I feel like there's a focus forward, and we have the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Cups. She is our emotional queen. But there is nothing wrong with being emotional. It is a sign of strength. The Queen of Cups, though, is the emotional master rather than the victim of her emotions. We have the Queen of Swords. So we have somebody having boundaries, but still living as a caring, loving person. And we have the Knight of Wands. Something that is passionate but not necessarily dependable. And rejection from that. So I feel like not only is this relationship in some kind of real transition, but I feel like somebody in this relationship is in some kind of really strong transition, because there has been somebody that's, you know, had enough of some sort of rejection. And rejection does not necessarily have to be, I'm going to put the Hierophant back in because it doesn't seem to fit. And I wasn't called to take it, it just fell. So, I feel like an emotionally mature person is setting limits and moving away from what is not fulfilling. This is a boundary card. This is a boundary card. Like we have... Yeah, I feel like... if somebody is just consistently not acting in a way that's fair or sabotaging to the relationship, I feel like there's somebody that is moving, like they're setting their boundaries, they're becoming more emotionally evolved, and kind of setting a limit to what, you know, like what they're not going to fight for anymore. We've got the King of Swords. We have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Now, King of Swords and Queen of Swords are matches, but sometimes they are both protecting their heart. Let's talk about this King of Swords. This doesn't necessarily indicate the gender of the person. We have the Eight of Cups. We have somebody that will prioritize the head over the heart, and there is either this person is emotionally walking away from you, or you are walking away from them emotionally, because regardless of, you know, it does look like there could be some compatibility in the headspace, but yeah, I feel like there is a desire for something steady, something stable. There is, I feel like one person is really being very multi-dimensional, really, you know, deciding to go after what they want, learning some emotional skills and strengths, setting boundaries that need to be set. And we have the Three of Pentacles. I apologize if you're getting anything from the background. I have something that's a little bit far away for me to grab right now. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is cooperation. It is building something bigger with somebody than what you can build alone. This is on top of the Magician card. So I feel like, yeah, there may be a leap of faith that is being asked for at this time. But it feels like there's somebody that does not prioritize their heart that may have caused there to be a lot of rejection. And, you know, there's some emotionally walking away. And even though, like, there could be some compatibility, I feel like the two people are not in the same place here. How are they feeling about you right now? How are they feeling about you? Deepening. You're on Earth for enough. Once you're on Earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul would begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. Yeah, there's just somebody that is surrendering things here. It might be you. But if you're wondering if it's wrong to, like, move on, I see, like, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. There's a lot of new beginnings here. But I feel like there's a focus of walking away from what is not fulfilling. And I feel like there's definitely something not fulfilling here. We have the Golden Crown. The Golden Crown is being a highly compassionate person. Having the universe recognize the light and the beauty that creates all around you. It is honoring that. So this is not necessarily about them, but I feel like about the universe asking you to honor your own light. We have ceremony. Honor how far you've come. It seems like whatever has happened through a process, through time. Kindness every day. There is a recognition, again, of compassion, of kindness, of going a long way, of letting go. Ma'at, justice. There's somebody here that is letting go of something that is emotionally unfulfilling so that justice can be had. Again, this might not be your person. This might be you. But if this is you, then, you know, this releasing is moving you towards justice. It is moving you towards situations and people that will work together with you, who will create something bigger with you than what you can do by yourself. If you know, if there are things that you have done to sabotage the situation or sabotage your relationships, maybe because you're just not thinking about, you know, how drama can affect another person. I mean, this is a call to even the scales. This is a call to not put things in a win-lose situation with somebody that you love. Because ultimately, as many win-win situations as can be had are what is going to create the strongest bond, create the strongest building together. So I feel like there's a call to honor how far you've come, but there's a lot of things indicate walking away from something that's not fulfilling. And again, if we're failing at being our highest and best, some of that might be us failing to be our highest and best, walking away from those behaviors, walking away from those thoughts. Acting in kindness. But I feel like for a lot of you, you may be in a place where you're finally releasing things, and whatever this person thinks or feels like, there is a freedom to get, to receive, to have a new beginning. So even though this was how do they feel about you, I feel like it's just had somebody who was more emotionally closed off and somebody that is looking at their future and, you know, taking actions towards it because they want to have some kinds of success. But I feel like there's just two people at two different points here. Two different points in perhaps what they are able to give. And I see some moving forward. Let's talk about how they're feeling about you. Yeah, somebody here has not been really truly authentic and open. There's the mask. We have the gear. The gear is about being in the right place to affect the right action. Because gears are part of a larger machine. And we have the chef's cap and tools. This can be about nurturing. This can be about being nurtured. It can be about even some kind of creative outlet. And we have the Poseidon charm, which often I think of like the King of Cups. Although sometimes it actually reminds me of the Capricorn as well. So water signs and the Capricorn, I get off of this one. But we have, I feel like you may have somebody that, there may be somebody in this thing that might match, but it might match something that's harsh. I do have a King of Cups. I feel like there might be a King of Cups. We have a win. As in, when is this going to happen? When is the Queen of Pentacles going to get her due? The Justice. Well, can you tell me about that win? Queen of Pentacles will get her justice when there is two people working towards a greater goal. So I feel like there is a need to consider whether this person actually works with you towards a greater goal and purpose. Because that seems to be where you are going to receive your justice. Yeah, because there is some kind of greater purpose because of the gear. But sometimes not everybody is part of our greater purpose. Or if they were, maybe they were just meant to be part of a portion of it. So I know that might be a lot, but I deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope that this helped you. If it didn't resonate, I have plenty of other these readings. You can choose another one. But right now, it feels like there's somebody that's really moving forward, really trying to move on, getting to a place of letting things go, so that they can have some kind of justice. And whether or not this particular person is the form of their justice, they're going to know by somebody who actually builds something, somebody that brings just as much to the table. And so the product between you is so much more than either of you could have done alone. So I hope this helps. Thank you for everybody who's been subscribing. If you do want to be a part of the giveaway at 10,000 subscribers, which should be coming up soon, make sure you're subscribed and you comment and you're in the running for that. Thank you again to everybody who has been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. If you want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. Thank you again. And it's time for pile number 2. How are they feeling about you right now? We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Wands. Excuse me. We have the 10 of Pentacles, which is good. We have the Sun. So I feel like this person recognizes that you bring a lot of happiness, a lot of light, a lot of blessings. There is the 10 of Pentacles, which is something that can be steady, sturdy, long lasting. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which is somebody that is individually secure. And we do have the 7 of Wands. Now, the 7 of Wands is somebody that stands up for what matters to them. It can be somebody that could be overly defensive. It could be somebody that could be defending from some level of something really stable long term. So, but we're going to get some clarity on this, because all of these are amazing. This one's not inherently bad, but it seems that this can be a little bit of a blocking motion to the 10 of Pentacles, which is something that is a legacy, something that can last the test of time, something that can be really, really, truly long-lasting. Clarity on the 7 of Wands. We have the 6 of Wands. All right. Be careful of your ego and be careful of this person's ego. And I say that because there could be some level of somebody's ego here that could, be a block. Let's talk about but we do have like success. This person, quite frankly, probably can see some success with you. Let's talk about the 9 of Pentacles. We have Justice. Well, of course, the 9 of Pentacles would demand justice. I feel like this person recognizes that you're good and secure on your own. This doesn't mean that you don't want a connection. This doesn't mean that you wouldn't love to have a connection. But it means that you will not take an offer that isn't fair. Because if there's no offer that is worth your time, you're not going to lower your standards for a worse offer. Wheel of Fortune came out. We have 10, it's the number 10, as well as on the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like this is a good fortune card. This is a good fortune card. This is a good fortune card. This is like a standards card. This is a standards card. So there is a chance for things to be turned towards something that will be very successful. I do think that there could be some ego involved. That could be something that is in the way. But I feel like we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Desire, but also the Queen of going after what they want. And this is a fire card. This is a fire card. I feel like I feel like you may be dealing with somebody who might be recognizing, like, you might be really following some kind of passion. You might be really, you might just be very forward focused on what you want. But you are not necessarily, I'm getting an energy of somebody who isn't going to take less than what she deserves. She or he or they. And I think I just went she because of this character, but it doesn't actually mean the gender. It's just the presentation. Or even the essence of the energy. But I get somebody that is not going to I feel like this person may be in a place where they realize that you will not accept less than what you are worth, and that you are not going to wait around if you do not receive it. And I feel like this might, despite whatever ego might be here, it does seem like that might be something that might cause there to be some kind of potential peace. Because I feel like there might be somebody that needs to, like, if their ego is in the way of just receiving a lot of blessings, like this person realizing that there is nothing, there is no accepting less, and there is only moving forward. It's kind of making this person have to consider creating some harmony in this situation. We've got the Five of Wands though, so your ends currently might not match. You might have some conflict between the two of you, or this person might be suffering because they might want multiple different things. I feel like this person might want multiple different things that don't necessarily line up with each other. But they're being faced with having to create peace and give balance or lose this. Because, yeah, like this person can see the Ten of Pentacles with you. And I feel like this person has some kind of conflict. They have some kind of ego. And they kind of have to realize that they get this extraordinary blessing, or they don't. So we have death, we have transformation. There may have been a transformation in you. There might have been a transformation in your connection. I feel like there may have been a transformation in your connection. Because ultimately, this person has had some kind of rude awakening. Again, they get the Ten of Pentacles or they get the Tower. They get something that can last the test of time, or they get there being no foundation here. And in order to have the foundation, the work needs to be put in. If there is no foundation built, there is no Ten of Pentacles. Clarity on the Five of... Yeah. So you may be dealing with somebody who they want multiple things, and those things don't necessarily jibe with each other. And you might be in a place where, you know what you want. You have a standard that they will meet or they won't meet. And you're going to defend that standard. And they either have to create peace with you, despite what might be going on in their ego, or they need to face an inevitable ending that did not need to happen, because what needed to happen here is just putting in the necessary work. Because as much as the Ten of Pentacles, as much of a blessing as that is, as much as the Nine of Pentacles is going to get the Ten of Pentacles, because the Nine of Pentacles will not accept less, like this person has to live up to building the foundation between the two of you. Just like you're both responsible for that, but there can't be anybody who's not putting in the work. So this can be an extraordinarily abundant thing, but this would mean an inevitable death to not getting needs met, or if this person doesn't make that change, this person will move from, the best offer they probably could ever have gotten, and being on the outside. Clarity on the Temperance card. We have the Nine of Swords and the King of Swords. So we have the King and Queen of Swords. We have people who are capable of being compatible. We have the Nine of Swords. I feel like this person has some kind of fears. Because of those fears, anxieties, worries, they might block things. They might act in a way that's, kind of disorganized in their, you might be asking, what do they want? And they won't be able to answer because they want things that don't necessarily go together. So, this person is either having to heal this or accept loss, being on the outside, losing the opportunity that they have. So I feel like this person, the stakes have become high. But even if this person doesn't build the foundation, this is because of their own anxieties and fears that, quite frankly, I think that if you were not holding the standard, they would not be having to face. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that they wouldn't have these fears, because they would. They just wouldn't have to face them. They wouldn't have to make the choices of how they want their life to go. Unfortunately, sometimes we make unconscious choices because we want different things within ourselves that may not coalesce. So, yeah, I feel like you are offering an extraordinary amount of blessing and joy and safety and security. And this person is having to face the fact that, well, I don't know if it's a fact, but it seems like you might be going after what you want, going after your joy, and that if they do not build the foundation with you, then, like, ultimately there won't be any kind of structure. Like, so loss. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plans instead of the ego's. Again, ego is something that needs to be paid attention here. Possibly your own as well as this person's. Celebration. A seed of celebration. Loss and a seed of celebration. This situation is going to go away if it's not built on if the foundation is never built. However, don't let the stress win. I feel like even if this situation goes, even if this is left like, realize that, you know, holding on to your standards, not lowering what you actually need in hopes that at some point in the future that might happen, you know. We have Morrigan Rhythm. I almost never pull this card. And it's on top of the Tower. Morrigan has some deep roots in death, and we have death next to it. It does not mean that, you know, there's going to be an actual physical death here, but transformation. What this situation is going to be transformed one way or another. There will either be somebody who learns the lesson, puts in the work, or there is going to be a loss, but it's still not something to stress because it's ultimately going to plant the seed of future celebration. So go after, don't release your standards, go after what you want, realize that you are an extraordinary blessing. We have the world charm, and the world charm, it can be a year, but it also is an end of a cycle. So is the Tower, and so is death. So there is a profound potential for abundance here, but if it is only going to end up in the Five of Cups, if there is, not the Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, like, that cycle is going to end. I think that this person is either having to, in a spiritual sense, get with the program or get left behind. But there is a new beginning in passion. We have some. So some of what? Emotional action. And we have the gear. The gear is about a greater amounts of interaction and being in the right place to affect that. We have the Three of Pentacles. What is the right place is in a situation where both people are individually working towards some type of mastery and having both people work towards something larger. We also have multiplying what either one could do by themselves. It just felt like I had to say that. So we have beauty with the shell, and we have Joker, which is a leap of faith. So either this person will make a leap of faith, or this person will, or if this person has not done anything to build the foundation, they will find that that foundation is no longer there for them. There is some kind of change coming, and this person has access to that prosperity and that blessing, but there are certain things that need to happen in order for the wheel of fortune to shift, to change. There is some things, like this is a very successful ending. This is, you know, the greatest blessing. So I feel like this, if there, yeah, there is either balancing or loss. Though that's this person's choice. Balance or loss. And this person is going to have to kind of deal with that. And I feel like the only thing you're being asked to do is keep being somebody who's going after what you want. Keep being somebody who's not willing to compromise their own value. And I'm not saying you should never be willing to compromise. Some things that you should be willing to compromise on, like who does individual chores. But you should never have to compromise on your worth. You should never have to compromise on your value. You should never have to compromise on being not receiving fairly. Those are different things. So I hope that this helped. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers. So just make sure that you are subscribed and you comment and you are in the running for that. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. It all matters. And I'm deeply appreciative. If you want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. And it's time for our gorgeous pile number 3s. So pile number 3, my gorgeous angels. How are they feeling about you right now? How are they feeling about you? We have the 8 of Wands. We have the, I only say because we have the 8 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. I'm going to take this off because apparently I can't do this too many things. Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I think that this person owes you some sort of truth or honesty. This person still might be in a place where they're focusing so much on the things that they don't like or don't want that they cannot focus on what is an actual true blessing in their life. I feel like this person wants a passionate new beginning, but needs to tell you something real, honest, and true. Something that maybe this person has some reason for, maybe this person doesn't necessarily want you to know. I feel like this person can recognize that there could be something that is steady, stable. I feel like this person can feel like there's a lot of passion and energy, but there's this Four of Cups energy. Like, this person seems stubborn. Two of Pentacles. This person has to make a choice in order to balance things. If they want a new passionate beginning, like that needs to also coincide with a beginning in truth. And I feel like, even though like this is, I feel like this person may be called to be doing a lot of communication with you. That being said, I don't know if this person is actually doing that, because it feels like this person is sitting there being stubborn, thinking about all the things that they don't want. They're like sitting at a crossroads with a decision in front of them, and I feel like they're not really paying attention to what matters. Clarity on the Eight of Wands. Again, I feel like this person is being called to do some kind of communication. Five of Cups. This person might have some regrets. This person, yeah, this person maybe regrets some things. Again, this person may have spent so much time focusing on what they don't want that this person has experienced some loss, I think, because of it. Now, for some of you, this person might have lost the things that they were focusing on instead of what mattered. Like, this person like might be having things that have been taken out of their life. For some of you, like, this person perhaps did not make a decision, still seems to be at a place where they need to make a decision, but they might have created some kind of loss. Maybe that's part of what they're supposed to communicate, because I feel like there's communication here, but it needs to be clear. Nine of Pentacles. Now, this person, like, maybe this person has some regrets that you are single, that maybe this person, like, they wanted to be single. I feel like you are somebody that brought a lot of value. That might not be something that this person ever actually communicated to you. Again, maybe this person feels like, you know, like they were so busy, like, you know, focusing on everything that they didn't want, and, you know, not making some kind of decision that was necessary for there to be some kind of balance here, that, like, there's this Ten of Pentacles, one of the best outcomes, which is like extreme abundance. Maybe this person has some regrets because they had an opportunity at some kind of extreme abundance with you. Had they actually worked with you, had they actually cooperated, they actually made the decisions to balance the scales. clarity on the Ace of Wands, Two of Swords. And now this person wants a brand new beginning, but they are conflicted. They're still in a place where they're having trouble making decisions. But I feel like they're starting to regret the decisions. They're starting to regret the things that they didn't do. Yeah, I feel like, because I feel like there might have been a lot of, you know, sitting around and like just focusing on a lot of negative things. So this person is still at a crossroads about actually making choices to balance things and actually clarifying their head and being really honest and explicit with you. How are they feeling about you right now? Ten of Swords, like there has been a difficult ending, maybe. And again, like I feel like this person is very called to communicate, but there's, excuse me, suddenly I'm hiccuping. There's been like a, I feel like for a lot of you, maybe there hasn't been any communication. For some of you, like there's, if there has been communication, maybe there has been some kind of betrayal. Maybe this person feels betrayed, but it feels like this person, like, they had, you know, they had something and they just, like, didn't take the offer, didn't make the offer. Like, I feel like this person is starting to recognize and or is kind of sad about missing an opportunity. And I feel like this person may want wants a brand new beginning with you, recognizes the opportunity, but might not be in a place where they're actually ready to stop sitting around just deciding what they don't want. How are they feeling about you right now? The Moon. This person, like, they're in their fears, their worries, their subconscious. Like, they may not know anything of what's happening with you right now. And it quite frankly might, you know, like, I feel like this person, maybe they're not communicating because they have some fears. They're not communicating because they might be disappointed because they caused this ending. We have Knight of Wands. And the Tower. I think that this person might be in some kind of a dark night of the soul, maybe recognizing how profoundly they may have messed up something that had the opportunity to be so good. Because we have the Tower, which is catastrophic failure. And we have the 10, it can also be an epiphany. But we also have the 10 of Swords, like, yeah, so some of you just, like, this person is maybe having to realize that this person, I feel like this person may have just lacked taking any kind of action, and except for maybe, you know, trying to be passionate but not dependable, and that ultimately, like, was catastrophic. And maybe that's why this person owes you some kind of truth. Maybe that's why you might even have, you know, like maybe there's, you know, a demand for truth or just not dealing with this person anymore. But yeah, I feel like this person is starting to recognize how catastrophically they messed up. Because, you know, because I feel like they were called to take the actions. They were offered the abundance. Yeah, this person, like, they really messed things up, and they, the wheel of fortune turned not in their favor. Because this person, maybe because of a lot of subconscious things, couldn't figure out what the right option was. And again, maybe there are several good options in your life. Maybe you might be in a horrible position and not have any good options, but I feel like this person had an opportunity at something amazing with somebody amazing. And this person either couldn't recognize it or was too focused on things that ultimately, you know, were not that important, weren't going to get them what they wanted. Yeah. King of Cups and Nine of Swords. This person is starting to gain some emotional intelligence, some emotional growth, but like this person is having to grieve this. Because it's not like what I feel like this is somebody that doesn't, or at least maybe till recently didn't realize that not choosing is still choosing. And I feel like this person didn't choose and didn't choose and didn't choose until it caused a catastrophe. They, you know, like they didn't do the communication they were called to do. They didn't make the choices they were called to make. And now things are not moving in their favor because that would have required them making a choice that could have been abundant for them. And this person, for whatever reason, either didn't see that choice or just didn't want to close off their other options or something like that. And the Ace of Cups was what was being offered. This person either didn't recognize the love that was being offered or maybe just didn't prioritize. And I feel like some of them didn't prioritize it. I feel like some of them knew what it was and they just didn't prioritize it. This person is maybe gaining some kind of emotional wisdom, but I feel like part of that is through them having to like realize, like I feel like this person learned some kind of lesson in, you know, But like this person is having to realize that, how do you move forward? I feel like this person is having to figure out how to move forward when not choosing at all causes something to catastrophically go wrong. So I feel like this person, like, they can see your value, they can see what you could have been, and I feel like they do want, you know, they do have passion for you. Whatever passion they had, that wasn't untrue, but I feel like they didn't balance things with you. And they didn't take the offer of love that was being offered. Or they treated it like it was any other offer, not, you know, like they just didn't prioritize it. Encourage someone else to take on their dreams. You'll find it makes you more brave too. I apologize. I know that I'm walking over my tongue at this point. But, yeah, I feel like this person has had a wake-up call. This person, again, I am telling you, like, this person still has not made the decisions that they would need to make. So, but I feel like this person is getting a wake-up call, and having to consider being brave. How are they feeling about you right now? Oba, domesticity. So this person, like, may recognize you as this person that they could have this long-term domesticity with. We have airplane. Spread your wings and fly. This person may be recognizing that you're spreading your wings and flying. This person also, like, I feel like this person has had to have some kind of dark night of the soul. So they will stop crossing their arms and just focusing on what they don't want. And actually, you know, taking some kind of action towards maybe something that will lift them up. But yeah, feel like there's something else, and encourage somebody for their dreams. 9 of Cups. This person may have had an opportunity to encourage you, but maybe for some of you, like, this person maybe was called to encourage you, but may find that you are just having, you're fulfilling your own emotional needs at this point. So I feel like, yeah, this person was given choices, and they did not prioritize the correct ones. And again, like, the correct ones are dependent on, you know, what you actually want, but they didn't prioritize the ones that would give them the result that they would want. And I feel like you may be everything that they could want, but they're still faced with having to be brave, having to have the ability to go after what they want, have the ability to actually clearly communicate. And that lack of communication might have led to no communication. How are they feeling about you right now? We've got the Star, wish fulfillment. So I feel like this person still may recognize you as wish fulfillment in some way. We have the Lotus, which is somebody that... The Lotus comes from mud and muck, and none of that sticks to them. And I feel like this person, you know, may still recognize that none of that ever sticks to you, that you keep acting in a, you know, in a way that rises above. We have the Turtle, which is definitely slowly, but we also have like longevity. But I feel like this person is having to deal with some dark night of the soul. This person is having to deal with some kind of loss. This person is having to recognize that their priorities aren't going to get them anything that they actually want. And we have Mars, God of War, God of Action. Like, this person is being called to take some kind of action, but I feel like this person is being called to be brave, but I think that this person has trouble with that. This person may... It's like they... Yeah, I feel like sometimes this person may be trying to have things just happen by default, but that isn't actually going with the flow, especially if you're being called to do things and you're not doing them. So yeah, Page of Cups. So this person is going through some kind of emotional journey, gaining some kind of emotional intelligence, but I feel like they're gaining emotional intelligence partially by realizing how deeply they have messed things up, how almost inexplicable their choices are to even themselves. Because, yeah, I feel like this person is starting to feel some kind of loss and regret, and really realizing what they have potentially missed out on, what they, you know, by just not doing the things that I feel like on some level that they knew that they should do. I feel like this person has acted very passive. And there's a difference between going in the flow and just being passive. And I feel like, yeah. So this person is really having to deal with the emotional consequences of doing that. They're not quite at a place where they're making their decisions, even though I think they're still being called to take action. So they still have to make the decisions on whether they're going to, you know, fully clear up their head and fully balance things in a practical way. But they're certainly realizing that, you know, them not choosing anything ever or not prioritizing anything that's emotional, like, that's not going to get them what they want. So I hope that helps. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers. So make sure that you are subscribed and comment. You want to be in the running for that. Thank you again. And if you want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. And it's time for my gorgeous pile number 4. So my gorgeous pile number 4 is, how are they feeling about you right now? We have 8 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the 4 of Pentacles. So, I think we have two people here. I have one person who's focusing on some kind of building something up, and we have another person who seems to be really focused on not losing anything. I feel like we have somebody that may have acted in a way that is sneaky, and another person who doesn't know, like, they don't have any mental clarity on that. Clarity, like, you could have had somebody that acted sneaky because they're doing something to try to build something up, but it's leading the other person to have absolutely no mental clarity and not be in a place where they want to give at all. But I feel like the Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords are linked. There has maybe been some kind of intense conflict or somebody not being fair. And I feel like there is somebody that I feel like that has directly led to another person having no mental clarity of what's happening. Especially maybe if somebody suddenly walked away from the yeah. There could have been somebody that suddenly walked away, but they were sneaky. They weren't straightforward. They didn't tell the other person. So the other person, like they have zero mental clarity about the other person because of that action. Clarity on the Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords. There is somebody who's really, I feel like whoever was dealing with this sneaky behavior is really just concentrating on healing. It might be hard for them to heal because they have absolutely no clarity. Yeah, this person just feels betrayed. Whatever this person is working on, this person has no idea. Clarity on the Seven of Swords, Ten of Cups. Somebody, there was an opportunity at real relationship happiness here. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, so there's somebody who just sees a perspective of there was all this joy and then somebody just acted sneaky and walked away and maybe didn't actually clarify anything. And we have the Eight of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Some of you, there was somebody who, acted sneaky and started building something with somebody else. But again, I feel like they may have left the other person without any explanation. Just a sense of betrayal. How are they feeling about you? So whoever got left behind and had nothing explained to them, I will tell you, they don't think well of the other person. And they just see that person as a traitor. Why is this Three of Cups? Why does this Three of Cups happen? Eight of Cups. I feel like this person might have started building something with a third party, partially to walk away from something. It's often emotionally unfulfilling, but I feel like this person, because they were trying to walk away from their future. I know that that's a weird thing to say, but I feel like that's maybe this person, you know, I feel like maybe both persons in this could have seen that there was something potentially really, something that could have been really emotionally satisfying. But this person seemed to see a future and walked away from it. And they may have gotten another person involved in order to do that, which is actually not fair to anybody involved. But yeah, I feel like there was somebody who acted very sneaky. Yeah. I feel like this might be somebody that was afraid of commitment. This person was being offered love. And this person wasn't in a place where they wanted to take it or give it. So instead of communicating, they were sneaky and, you know, probably didn't communicate anything. Like they, you know, like they might have, like, some of you, like this person might have snuck out. This feels like somebody who, you know, like they didn't tell, you know, like they gave no clarity. They gave no honesty. They just, I feel like they felt things too. They felt what this could have been, but they didn't want that. I feel like this person, maybe this person could have loved you, but didn't want to love you, didn't want to care about you. Maybe wanted to build something with somebody else, with maybe even somebody that they didn't care about as much, which again is not fair to anybody involved. And this person then, like this person rejected love. And for some of you, like, they also did it, you know, they added another person in the mix. But it was so that they could walk away from love. We've got the 10 of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This person... The Wheel of Fortune can be moving things in favor of things, and it can be moving things to not so favorable things. I feel like this person may have seriously changed the course of things, but not necessarily in a positive fashion. In fact, definitely not in a positive fashion. There's too many negative cards around. And we have the Sun. I feel like, I know that this sounds just weird, but people aren't logical. But I feel like there was an opportunity to be happy with you. And there is something in this person that wanted to walk away from that happiness. Maybe because they were afraid of, like, the risk associated with being happy, that, oh, maybe I won't be happy forever. But, like, this person... yeah, this person walked away from happiness. This person walked away from blessings. This person saw that there was love and blessings here, and quite frankly just couldn't run away fast enough from it. And more importantly, I don't think that they gave you any clarity at all. And ultimately, I think that they created something else that's also wasn't fair. So 4 of Cups. Like, I feel like there is something in this person that is deeply rejecting of love. Like, I don't know, maybe this person can't allow themselves to give or receive it. Maybe they don't believe in it, but when faced with it, you know, they ran like a thief in the night. We have the Tower. Now, I have too many cards here, but I have, like, I feel like there was some kind of blessing, some kind of opportunity for things to move in the favor. Like, you know, I think, you know, you were an opportunity at real happiness for this person. But instead, this person has houses of cards that don't stand up. And we have the 8 of Wands. And we have the Knight of Wands. So, this person is still out there rejecting love. This person is unfortunately still somebody that, you know, will go after what they want, but cannot be depended on. This 8 of Wands, let's look at it. The Queen of Swords. And I feel like there has been a and I feel like the other person in this situation just does not think well of them. But I think that that's actually very justified. It doesn't mean that this person is an utter monster, but it does mean that because of whatever unhealed things within them, like, there's no way to have something steady and stable with them. You or somebody else. We have the Star. Star is wish fulfillment. We have the Crown, which is the more feminine of the crowns that I have. So I feel like there has been somebody who has focused on their own healing and wish fulfillment, and taking some kind of logical step forward, even though they were given no clarity on what has happened in this situation. We have 8, which is abundance. We have 7, which is spiritual growth, enlightenment. And we have BFF. There could have been some kind of friendship here. There could have been some kind of friend involved. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. For some of you, I mean, this may not be all of you, but for some of you, this person might have, you know, tried to build something with somebody who's a friend of yours. This is not for everybody, but for some of you, that actually might be the case. Other than that, like, this person, maybe this person wanted to put all their work into friendships, which isn't inherently bad, except if you're not getting any prioritization at all. We have Q, we have the letter M, and we have the turtle. The turtle is about longevity. The turtle is about, I feel like whoever was left in the dark is moving forward steadily and slowly, but they're moving towards happiness. This person, you know, might also, like, this other person's actions just might not make any sense. But we are humans, which means a lot of the time we don't make any sense. We have strength. I have somebody who's acting in a lot of strength and power. I have somebody follow in the footprints of greatness. Like, I feel like take a second today to remind yourself you've got this, because you do. But I've got somebody who hasn't learned the lesson, who hasn't, who looked at happiness and sabotaged it, ran away, treated it poorly. And I've got somebody who's surely, slowly but surely moving towards happiness. That is being guided, that is choosing strength, that is maybe having to take a moment every once in a while to remind themselves that they've got this. And I have love. So if somebody never gives you any kind of closure, when they could have had everything and they chose some things that really truly don't make sense, unless you look through whatever focal point of their own lack of healing, but which they probably didn't even give you that much information. But know that, like, you've come a long way. You have this. You're being guided towards love. That there will be a brand new beginning, and it will be honest, clear, straightforward. It's not so just know that even if this person never gives you clarity, doesn't mean that you can't have clarity and you will move forward. But it is hard to have clarity here because of the Two of Swords, because you were never given the necessary information. So don't feel bad about not knowing why something happened if you were never given the information. That's not on you. Just concentrate on taking practical actions forward, because sometimes you don't need to know why somebody's not good enough for you. You might just need to know that this is their actions in the face of love, and that if you don't want to receive that, a new beginning is going to be helpful. Like, I feel like some of you are really having trouble starting your new beginning because of how little information that you were given. But this person doesn't have any power to keep you from living, keeping you from, and yeah, this person, like, they didn't give you any of the knowledge that you would have needed to have. So it's no wonder that you're confused. It doesn't mean that there can't be clarity for you in the future. Doesn't mean that you can't have a new beginning and clarity. But it does feel like this person might still be that Knight of Wands. You know, like, there's still be somebody that makes choices that are not conducive to that love that you might want. So just know that you can have a new beginning. I'm seeing a new beginning in love. But I'm seeing that somebody has made some choices and might have truly chosen the dark side of this, of the human experience. And unfortunately, that is one of our options. So I wish you the absolute best. Thank you so much. And if this doesn't feel like you or your pile, feel free to pick another. There are plenty of other ones out there. So thank you so much. If you want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. And if you want to be part of the giveaway I'm doing at 10,000 subscribers, just make sure that you are subscribed and comment and you're in the running for that. Thank you so much, my gorgeous darlings.